Did you two put up your Christmas trees yet? I never put up Christmas trees. Malcolm might be under daddy pressure to do so, but I have been there in my life where, I was conforming to things that happen and take place, but never had my consciousness shifted. So, it is what it is. As a young dad, and especially if wifey is not totally, unplugged from the matrix, let's just keep it a buck, then you have a tug of war in those situations. But
and some fights are not worth it.
No, when you lay that clean glass next to that dirty glass, by the time it gets 4, 5, 6, and 7, then as you began to ask questions and I was able to transition, but don't try to hit a home run because it's going to create division, and that's not really what you want.
I've noticed in this YouTube journey with you guys out there is that I can't be your definition of what conscious is. I can only be me.
Wait.
You know what I'm saying? That's just, I can understand black women as the most amazing creatures on this planet, but then I can listen to a Rick Ross song. I can understand what drugs do to our community, and I can listen to Benny the Butcher and Pusha T. You know what I'm saying?
Son, it's been my disposition from the beginning. You understand my point? And it's because you can't wear consciousness like a costume. Being aware of something, and I say this and I want y'all to process this, being aware of the truth and being able to do something about the truth are two different things. I've known Santa Claus was a ruse since I was 5. When I didn't get no goddamn toys, he just was missing my house, right? So I knew, and then I would watch my mom's bust her ass to get me something, and I put 2 and 2 together. Okay, there is no Santa Claus. But that didn't stop me as a kid from enjoying the process of Christmas. So what it is for those who are into wearing it as a download, that's a process. You go through that. Mm-hmm. There's a period, and then you realize I am that I am. So whatever is I'm doing and what we're into is just what it is. And that's the way I raise all of my sons. I don't raise my sons as these super militant, stand by the window, what dad said. No, that's not a reality. So we get into it. We understand the things we can change, and we get in where we fit in. And that's not to defend Malcolm's disposition. I'm just teasing him. I already know who he is and what we're going to have to suffer. Listen, when I met my wife, I told her I didn't celebrate Christmas. She said, that is a great thing for you. We celebrate Christmas. And we go into grandma's house and we're going to have a great time. And I told her mother, I do not celebrate Christmas. She said, great, Dwayne, or Black Greasy Dot, whatever it is your name is. And then she started getting me gifts. And I started celebrating Christmas. She said, Dwayne, we know you don't celebrate, but here is a gift card to Barnes and Nobles. What was I going to say? Nah, because I said, thank you. I like reading books. And she started getting me these nice sweaters and hats and shit. And my wife would give me a choice. She said, listen, I know you don't celebrate this shit, but either you're going to come for Thanksgiving to my mother's house, or you're going to come for Christmas. Yeah, choose your poison.
Like, I remember like early when we started the podcast, people bugged out when they found out I went to a Catholic school, but then when I explained it, if you're from the Bronx, you're from New York City, the graduation rates at a lot of these public schools, the one I actually got into was 30%, right? The school that I went to for high school, the graduation rate was 99% to go to college. And they had a top-notch football program, which I played football, so it just kind of made sense. And two, look who I have as my pops. My mother is brilliant as well. My my whole family have me beyond prepared to when I go into these classrooms, like, okay, they teaching it, I'm going to pass the test. We're going to kill this test because I'm smart, but I understand that this is trash, just crap. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's you just have to be able to code switch. You know what I'm saying?
You have to be able to code switch. And the last point I'll make about this, in young relationships, y'all are finding your journey.
Yeah.
So you're learning together what is going to work, what's not going to work, and so you deal with it. And speaking of that, Thanksgiving is coming. Greens, beans, potatoes, the blacked out. How can I develop the ability to see a different perspective? To see a different perspective, Coach Wayne, the number one thing you got to do is you got to remove yourself from your perspective. So if you're arguing with your girl over something, you need to put yourself in your girl's shoes objectively and see what she sees, and then you're able, or your man, like, why did my man do that? And instead of just looking at it from your perspective, you literally have to take on 2 and 3 views and try your best. It's going to be hard at first because you're always going to lean back to the way you see things. But when you become good at it, you go, but yeah, I can see how he could have took that the wrong way. And then you just cut it right there and you go, my bad. Or with your girl, you don't have to argue about these things. You know what I'm saying? Because you go, get it. I get it. If my girl has been raised on Christmas her whole life, right? But she's met a light being like myself, you know what I'm saying? And we have great qualities together. She's not going to change overnight. You know what I'm saying? So you have to get in where you fit in. And I had a good friend of mine, I won't mention his name, he's out of North Carolina, peace to the God. And he was telling me, you know, because people contact me for consultations. I got this woman, man, she's a great heart. She's an amazing woman. I said, so what's the problem? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's the problem? All them other things you can work out along your journey. And they eventually got married. And they're doing great.